Okay, tonight we are making beef and bean chili verde wrapped in a warm whole wheat homemade tortilla. So we'll start with the ingredients. We need a pound of lean ground beef. We need a red bell pepper. I'm using half of a red bell pepper and half of a green bell pepper. Chopped onion. What do you want? This? Okay, take a bite of that. Chopped onion. We need garlic, chili powder, ground cumin, cayenne, a jar or a can. I have a can, 28-ounce can of enchilada sauce, the verde green kind. You'll need water, and you'll also need a can of pinto beans. And then for the tortillas, you're going to need whole wheat, stone ground flour, salt, and some kind of oil. We're going to be using coconut oil. And we'll get started by cutting those bell peppers up and putting the meat into a can to start it browning. Okay, so while he is kind of poking that with the spatula to get it all crumbled, I'm going to start cutting those bell peppers. I have, like I said, I have about a fourth of a red one, and I'll use probably 3/4 of a green one.
There you go.
Here I go, Craig.
Uh-oh. The onions always get her. They don't get me that bad.
They really don't.
No.
Okay, I'm putting some cauliflower on right now to steam. It's not on the menu, but I always like to have even more vegetables than I put in the dinner. Our beef is pretty lean. Most of the time you don't have to drain it. But if your beef is a little more fatty, you will want to drain it. Okay, so 1 1/4 of a cup. I'm halving the recipe, so if you want to make 12 tortillas, about 12 tortillas, do you want to put it in there?
Do you want
Do you
to
want to put it in the bowl?
Do you want to be a helper?
Just add it to, or add, double the recipe if you want 12 tortillas. And they're probably small tortillas. I've never made this. Whoa, wow.
Good job.
Good job. Okay, well, we need half a cup of oil, but we're halving the recipe, so we'll need 1/4 of a cup of oil. So I'm just going to use it as it is in the jar for the coconut oil. Oh, you're going to put that in there? Okay, wow, thank you.
Gonna add 1/2 teaspoon to our mix. Come here. All right, the meat is sufficiently brown now. Put about 1.5 tablespoons in here. I like garlic, but not that much garlic.
Okay, so after you add that, here's the thing. You're gonna add your tablespoon of chili powder, which is here.
A whole tablespoon?
A whole tablespoon.
Come here.
1 teaspoon of salt. So we're gonna half that, so it's gonna be 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, you're gonna add it?
Pour it in.
Okay,
Good boy.
yours needs 2 teaspoons of the cumin. And that is right
2
here.
teaspoons of cumin.
And I think that's fake.
You
Is
wanna
that
go
fake?
outside?
So it's telling to mix it until the mixture is crumbly. You can do this with a mixer too. And now will you add a little bit of cayenne to our liking?
Pouring cayenne is an art. It really is.
You're gonna add half of this because I have a 28-ounce can of that, and it's only calling for 16 ounces of the verde. So Go for about half of that. Okay, let's mix it. Put the top on the pan, let it simmer for about 15 minutes. And when that 15 minutes is over, it should be thicker. And then that's when we'll add the can of either kidney or pinto beans. Your choice. I think both of us probably like pinto beans better.
Yeah, we definitely like the pinto beans a little more than the kidney.
The kidney ones have like bigger. I don't know.
I feel like they're shaped like an organ or something. It weirds me out.
So will you get me a half a cup of warm water?
Yes, my dear, I will.
So he's gonna slowly add that half a cup of water. Like I said, I am halving the recipe, so this is going to make about 6 smaller sized tortillas, not huge. So slowly add that as I'm stirring, like do a little bit and let me stir and then do a little bit more. Okay, that's good for just a second. I don't want to add too much too quickly, just for the fact of if you get too much water in there, it's hard to get the consistency back to where you want it with the flavor that needs to be in there with the salt and the oil. You're gonna want the dough to be just a smooth, nice ball to be able to roll it in. Smells good.
It smells really good, actually.
Actually? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you know. It is a Mexican recipe.
What does that mean?
Mexican food doesn't always smell that good.
I think it always smells good. Okay, you can't eat all of it, or what are we gonna eat for our tortillas?
All the dough? Don't eat all the dough.
You can eat all the dough. We won't have tortillas. You want to get the dough out, bowl. If you're not having the recipe, you'll have definitely a bigger ball than me. You'll want to half that. What? Okay, there's more right here. Then you'll want to half both of those. So now you're gonna have 4 pieces. Then you're gonna want to half it one more time.
One more time.
So all together, we're gonna have 8 pieces.
If you got kids, they may just eat the whole dough.
Which looks like ours is about to. So I'm gonna make ours a little bit bigger. I halved the recipe, it's supposed to make 12, so I'm just gonna make 6 balls. So you've got your 6 balls of dough that are ready to be flattened on a baking tray with, what is that stuff called? Saran wrap.
Saran wrap.
So 1/4 of a cup of the water. So that shows you that you want to add that water slowly, because some places where you live, hey, do you want dinner? Some places that people live, the humidity's higher or lower. So will you watch him? He's trying to eat all of our dinner. It's either higher or lower. So adding that water you might need more or less. So why we're putting the saran wrap down is we're gonna layer it. So after we do that one, we're gonna throw it all over that other laid down tortilla, and then we can flatten it with the cookie cutter without having it get stuck to other tortillas that we're gonna be making and stuck to the pan itself. Okay, so that's not working on that, so I'm gonna just put it on the counter. Our baking pan's not working because our pan is too... What's wrong? Hey, help me out here. So if you flatten it in between, when you take it off, it's gonna be really easy to get off of there. Because it does have that oil in there, it's gonna be easier as well. But see, as you can see, it's just gonna kind of fall off. So that's why we're putting it in there, to roll it out, and also so that we can stack other ones on there.
Want this one with Daddy? Good job.
Good job. You can add sour cream to this. You can add avocado. You can add lettuce. Whatever you want in your burrito. I'm just adding this. It has a lot of flavor. So we're also going to be having cauliflower. We're going to strain the beans in the sink. You can rinse them if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, whatever. And then we're going to add them to the Chile Verde and let them sit for about 2 minutes to get that flavor kind of infused in them. And you can leave it on low while you cook those tortillas. Okay, we're going to start cooking our tortillas. So I have turned the hot plate on to medium. I have not sprayed it with anything. It's about a 12-inch skillet. Ours is a flat one. It works a little bit better for pancakes and tortillas and such. So I'm going to use it for this. So you can start with your top one, or you can flip it over. So this one looks just about perfect. I'm going to add that to the skillet. It should be already pretty warm. You don't want to add it when it's cold, because then it will probably just harden before you get a chance to get it off there by the time it's actually cooked all the way through. Alright, at this point your chili and bean verde should be done simmering. It should be all melded together. Your tortilla should be coming right along, still warming up on the pan. And you can add your favorite cheese, toppings, sour cream. Keeping it just as it is right now is a very low calorie, good way to end your day. And with one more tortilla to go, I'm going to call it a night. Hey guys, thanks for cooking with us tonight. Tomorrow night, obviously, we're going to be having the stuffed zucchini and skillet potatoes. It's really good. I want you guys to comment below on this meal after you make it. Let me know what you think. If you guys have any recipes that you've been wanting to try that maybe we can make on here, comment below and we'll try to get those cooked. See you guys tomorrow.